We're going on any road trip. One of the most important things to do is to check your tire pressure. Most small cars like this are going to have a 185 55 R15 or 195 65 R15. Most of them are going to take 32 pounds of pressure, but if it is over, make sure they're all to the same pressure or release a little bit of air. Another important part of pre-road trip car maintenance is to check your oil. It's very important to make sure your levels are correct. To do that, you just locate your dipstick. If you check the owner's manual, it's going to be very helpful in guiding you to where your dipstick is, where your transmission fluid dipstick is. Your dipsticks are going to vary from car to car. Sometimes they're going to have the 2 dots. A lot of times they may have the hash marks that say 1 quart low, 2 quarts low. But either way, if it's just the 2 dots or whatever you've got, just add a little bit at a time and check it. You don't want to overfill it. You'll start to burn oil. You'll also want to check your power steering fluid before you take a road trip. Power steering fluid can be checked hot or cold. If you look at most of them, they're going to have either a dipstick that has a cold max and a hot max, and a cold min and a hot min, or it'll be on the side just like this. So right here, this is perfect. That's the cold max line. If I had been running my car, it kind of swells up the liquid, and you would want to make sure it's up at the hot max or the hot minimum. Fluid that is very important to check is your transmission fluid. A lot of cars require it to be running. Some of them, however, do have a cool level on the dipstick, just like this one. So you're going to see, really hard to see, but cool and hot. And last but not least is your water. It's extremely important, and this is something you are going to want to check if it's a really long road trip. Maybe that when you stop to get gas, you're going to want to look at your water. First things first, do not open this if it's hot. If you feel this and it's hot, do not open. Just give it a while to cool down, but then just open it up. And the water should be sitting just right in there. If you run it, your thermostat will kick in and it may drop it a little bit, but that's fine. Just add a little antifreeze until it comes back to the top. And like I said, you check your owner's manual for the antifreeze that you use, and if you're in a pinch, you can just add water.